Hey YouTube, so this is Mackenzie. This is one of my first videos. So I'm just gonna go through a deck that top 4'd the Japanese Nationals. It's a Blackwing deck based on that deck, and it mainly focuses on controlling the game state using Icarus mainly, and 7 tools of Bandit to make sure the Icarus attacks go off successfully. It's doing outstanding deck testing wise, and I've got to get rid of the OCG, and a lot of people are playing decks like this, so I'm gonna have to get ready and start working with these kind of decks. Now, the first 2 cards in the deck are 2 DD Crows. DD Crow is pretty much outstanding against every deck, really, every meta deck, and all the meta over there is really Infernities, so this card works great. I mean, it's really self-explanatory. And then we have 2 Sirocco. Now this deck is weird, as it only plays 2 Sirocco and 1 Vayu. But, I mean, it makes sense. If all you're going to be playing against is Infernities and things like that, you don't want to have a handful of Siroccos, or cards that won't be helpful at all. It makes sense. And then it runs only 1 Vayu. Vayu he's okay. You can add him with Blizzard, pitch him with Bionic, things like that. You can make plays with him, but really, he's in there because he's a target for Whirlwind, and you can get him with Shura. That's like the only time you'll ever use it. And then go into 2 Blizzard. Blizzard's great. 3 is too much, but 2 is perfect. And most Blackwing decks only do run 2. 1 Gale. He's limited, so that makes perfect sense. Gale's too good, so that makes sense. Then we have 3 Klutes. Klute is too good. Beats down pretty much everything. Just gets you that extra advantage, which is cool. Only 2 Bora. Bora is good, but Ryo is the reason. They play 3 Ryos, so, I mean, it makes sense they take out a Bora, because Bora's not necessary, but Bora's good. He's good. But 2. And 3 Shura. Shura is outstanding. He gets you pluses, gets you cool synchro monsters, things like that. This is how you use, it's like your main beat stick that you'll abuse with Icarus, things like that. He's really good. And then we have 2 Thunder King Ryos, and I have a 3rd Bora, mainly because I'm getting my other Ryo later, but this should be a Ryo. Opening with this is the best opening ever. It cannot be better than opening with Thunder King. Thunder King just shuts down a lot of decks once it's on the field. It's kind of hard to get off, unless you like Cybrid or something, but usually turn 1, if you drop one of these against Infernities, they'll have to book it face down or something just to get it off the field, because they can't do their combos if it's on the field. Because the Archfiend searching they can't do it. And then last is Dad. I mean, why not? It's too good. If you top this card with 3 darks, you can set up plays with it. 3 darks in the grave. That's how you win. With this card right there. Now the spell lineup, it's fairly standard for Blackwings. 2 Black Whirlwind. Black Whirlwind's the kickstart of the deck. Just gets the speed up, which is cool. 2 Book of Moon. Book of Moon's super good right now. Stops synchro summons, stops things like that. Keep in mind, the OCG does not have to play against X Sabers, so that's just to keep in mind. I mean, they're not facing that ridiculousness. MST, that's staple, really. Heavy Storm, staple. Brain Control, Game Winner, staple. That's how you play. Trap lineup. 1 Starlight Road. I have this in here because in this deck, you set all of your cards, like, all the time. And it's really cool, the cards they play, but if they get Heavy Storm, they're pretty much screwed. Otherwise, they'll win. If their opponent doesn't drop Heavy Storm, they'll win, no matter what. 3 Icarus attacks. This card is the key card in the deck, I'm guessing. It's how you get your advantage off. It makes sure your opponent stays at Bane, I'm guessing. But it's just an outstanding card. You usually turn 1 if you have the Blackwing Whirlwind and you're going second, you want to just set this and call it a day until your opponent has 2 targets. And then when you try and do your Whirlwind plays, they try and bottomless it, you get a plus off, which is cool. So I like that. Bottomless Trap Hole. Bottomless trap hole is a staple. It hits the monsters that you can't take out. I mean, it's nice. Royal Oppression, it's awesome because you can play it in Blackwings, and this build doesn't really focus on synchro summons. It more focuses on the control and keeping the monsters out of there. Mirror Force, self-explanatory. It's Mirror Force. Torrential Tribute, once again self-explanatory, staple. Solemn Judgment. Solemn Judgment is mandatory in every deck. It is... there's a reason it was limited. This card is amazing. And then, these are very weird. I really like them though. 7 Tools of the Bandit. A lot of players have been using this card in the OCG. And this card is really good, actually. It's really funny, because yesterday I had like 5 back rows down, I think. No, it was just 2, actually. It was 7 Tools in Solemn. Something like that. And it was funny, because my opponent had a Doom Caliber Knight or something like that, and I summoned a Sirocco, and there was nothing he could do about it. He had to keep that Doom Cal on the field, otherwise he would lose. So he played something to destroy it, and he solemned, then I activated 7 Tools. It was something like that, I don't remember. But it was really funny, because it just caught him off guard, and it won me the game, which was cool. So, but this card is really good. It shuts down Gladiator Beasts, which is hilarious. It's really good against Infernities. It'll stop their Infernos, it stops their barriers. It's a counter trap, so it's very fast. Once again, it's really good in the OCG because they have this card called Divine Warning. It's a counter trap that negates the activation of pretty much everything by paying 1,000. And this card negates the activation of any trap card by paying 1,000. Oh, my bad. Divine Warning paid 2,000. This one pays 1,000. So, I mean, I think it's a great card in general. So, and that is the main deck. We're going to move on to the extra deck. Extra deck contains 2 Armor Masters. Enough said. It's pretty self-explanatory. 2 Armed Wings. Once again, self-explanatory. Silverwind. The reason Silverwind's in here is because I do not have a Mistform. I sold all my internationals, but Mistform should be in there. Silverwind, you don't get him out very much, mainly because you don't focus on value, because you only play one, so it makes sense why they don't use it. And then Bionic. He's amazing. Self-explanatory, you make value plays off of him, which is cool. Colossal Fighter, Stardust, Staples, right here. Stardust, you want to play 2 in case you get out 1. You have another one for Starlight Road still. Thar Ruler Archfiend, he's really good. Can't be targeted. Very good in the OCG. Trishula cannot target him, which makes him outstanding. Black Rose Dragon, staple. Allied Justice Catastor, it gets you around Light Sworn, gets you around pretty much everything. It kills giant rats and things like that, which is awesome. Magical Android, great. I think this card's amazing in general, and it's a great time card. And then Goyo Guardian, outstanding. No reason not to use it. And then Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon. You always need to use one of these. I recommend it in every extra deck. Always make sure you have room for that. This card is too good in general. So, in case you're playing the random Machina matchup and you have to, if you have nothing, you can just come back with this one card, which is awesome. So, just wanted to put that out there. Now, do we have enough time for a side deck? I don't believe so. But the side deck consists of Snowman Eaters to take care of the Consecrated Lights, and Fissures, and Dark Illusion, surprisingly. Dark Illusion is very good against Infernities. Dark Illusion prevents cards from targeting dark monsters. It's a counter trap that negates them. And then once again, it stops Trishula, it stops Infernity Necromancer's effect, it stops Infernity Launcher, it stops Infernity Mirage, because they're all targeting dark monsters. So, I mean, it's a really good card. I would use that, but I don't have enough time left to finish it up. But thanks for watching. Please rate and subscribe. More videos on the way, more duels. Thanks again.